So we want to know if the sidewalk, which is 4.5 feet or 4 5/10 of a foot wide, if that meets the regulation of 66 inches. So in order to do this, there's a couple ways we can do this. One way is to write the width of the sidewalk in inches. So when we looked at the customary units table, we saw that 1 foot is 12 inches, or 12 inches equals 1 foot. So we can use that, we can use this to find an equivalent rate. So I would write 12 inches to 1 foot equals, and we know the sidewalk is 4.5 feet. Okay, so we want to know how many inches is that. So this is just like when we were doing equivalent rates. So to get from 1 to 4.5, I have to multiply by 4.5. I have to do the same thing on the top. 12 times 4.5. I'm going to do that off to the side. 12 times 4.5. 5 times 2 is 10. 1. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6. I have to put a placeholder. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4. When I add this together, I get 0. 6 plus 8 is 14. 1, 4, 5. I have to remember that I have a decimal point. So I have to make sure I put my decimal point back in. So 12 inches, 4.5 feet is equivalent to 54 inches. So the question was, does this sidewalk meet regulations? Is it less than 66 inches? And it is. It's 54 inches, so it does meet regulations. So this is one way that we can do it. We can write the width of the sidewalk in inches and then find an equivalent rate. We can also do it another way. And this other way is by using dimensional analysis and a conversion factor. So a dimensional analysis is converting measures by including measurement units when you multiply by a conversion factor. So you have to know what the conversion factor is. A conversion factor is a rate which compares equivalent measures. So, for example, 12 inches over 1 foot. So the way to solve it this way is to write what our sidewalk is, 4.5 feet, times the conversion factor. The conversion factor is 12 inches over 1 foot. For every foot, there are 12 inches in it. Okay. And when we multiply this conversion factor that relates the measure and leaves us with the units needed to solve the problem, we have to divide out the common units. So here, our common units are feet. So we get rid of the feet, and all we have to do is then multiply 4.5 times 12, which we've already done up here. 4.5 times 12, we get 54 inches. So we know that the sidewalk is 54 inches wide, and it does meet regulations. So when we are solving, we can either use dimensional analysis using a conversion factor, or we can find an equivalent rate.